están? Bienvenidos a un segmento más de El Entre Nos. Hoy día tenemos como invitado a una persona muy especial. Su nombre es Show Nemoto. Él es un ex modelo de la industria de la moda y ahora es un coach de vida. En sus 29 años cada vez crece y crece más en reconocimientos, especialmente en su tierra natal, que es Japón. Show ayuda a muchas personas a través de su grupo de meditación y de su coaching uno a uno. Él muy gentilmente accedió hoy día a dar esta entrevista para el Entre Nos y nosotros le agradecemos inmensamente por su tiempo. Pero como yo siempre digo, que sean los invitados los que nos cuenten su historia. Welcome, Show. Thank you very much for being here. It's amazing to have this conversation. You in Tokyo, I'm in Santiago de Chile. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Laura. I'm excited too. I'm just ready to, answer any questions.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
Show, tell me, how did you decide to embrace we can talk about your modeling career first. How do you decide to embrace the modeling career? You mentioned that you mentioned in one of your videos that you were very insecure at that moment. How can you decide, after to embrace the modeling career?
So the reason why I was very insecure in terms of being photographed or being in front of the camera, exposing yourself is because I had so much pimple on my face. It was not when you're young you get pimples, that's a hormone thing. It was like disaster. It was just literally disease type of a thing. So I started to hate my face and everything around 13 or 14. It was horrible, all red, 20 pimples on my face. There was nothing I could do. I tried everything. But when I went to London, so I was 21, so my face got a little bit better, slightly better, and then, you can kind of show your face without oh my God, it looks horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a pimple, but it was okay level. So I went to London and I'm in middle of nowhere, completely out from the Japan. Nobody knows me. Why don't I just try a new thing? And the one thing also kind of pushed me back is that my mom used to be model in Tokyo in Japan. So I've seen these pictures. My mom was shining in the magazine and all this beautiful clothes and everything. And I was like, why don't I just try the same thing? Because I was so obsessed with the fashion, so I want to be photographed and captured in that most stylish and beautiful way.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the start. I literally the first photo shoot was with the Tony and Guy. It's one of the biggest hair salon company in I think it started from London, UK. And it was a proper photo shoot, and that was a very fast photo shoot I had in my life.
Yeah, it's how you started, and it was to follow your mom's also, path. And you say before, we talked before the interview that you were in New York. Did you do that also in New York? You did that?
Yes. So my life is quite funny in that way because, I was trying to pursue the modeling career in New York, equal dream. And I got rejected every agency for 3 years in a row. So basically nobody took me. Well, I had a few jobs, and every time I go there for just freelancing, it's not like a proper job that
Mm-hmm.
you get paid $1,000 and stuff, but it's just work with some friend of mine's friend, and I did walk the show as well, New York Fashion Week. I had an opportunity to do that, but it was I got rejected literally every single agency.
Oh, wow. And
Yeah.
that was also hard for you, I bet. That was very hard.
Yeah. I
Especially
think
that you wanted to have that, right?
yeah, because I was 23, right? So like
Yeah.
so self-conscious. Like all these beautiful, like New York is like filled with beautiful people, like good
Yeah.
looking, beautiful. And then you start comparing yourself to others, like these, white boys with the blue eyes. It's just so beautiful. And all the black boys too, they're like so beautifully shaped. And then they're just so good looking with the rhythm and sing and,
Yeah.
all so talented people. And then I was like, damn, I got nothing.
Oh my God. Have you seen your pictures, Show? Have you seen your pictures and have you seen your style?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I might have a style, but it was just a moment that I'm overwhelmed by the size of the world and
Yeah.
variety of the people.
Oh, wonderful. But I love your pictures and I love
Thank
your
you.
the production that you have every time you have like a video, on your social media. It's amazing. The one that you are sitting in the water with the microphone and you're talking.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing. It's
Thank you
wonderful.
very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Well, but uh, what was that prompt you to follow the path of life coaching? Because you are a life coaching now, right?
Yes. So this is such a materialistic to kind of like spiritual shift from like jumping, quite a gap
Mm-hmm.
because the fashion world is, all about, how you look and take care of your superficial manner, which is not a bad thing at all. But it's
Yeah.
just the focus was completely different. And I was very interested in these spiritual world and life philosophy since I was a kid. But in Japan, it was just so tough to talk about it because first of all, people don't understand the religion. What I mean by that is that they have this stereotype towards these religions and something came from outside because we used to close the country.
Mm-hmm.
So when I talk about life philosophy when I was young, even though, I didn't know nothing, but I had these like ideas and I want to express myself the way, I could or in my own terms. But then people enjoy that in a different way, like they literally laugh at me. That's like the way I express my philosophy, the words that I play with. They were like literally, you know, teasing me and just laughing at me and everything. So it was, I kind of like suppressed myself not to do so because I don't know, I felt like not comfortable to doing that because
Yeah.
of that, repetition of teasing and just laughing, people laughing and stuff. And I was also self-conscious, very insecure still at that time. And but I've introduced to more of these people who kind of like have like match with my perspective to the world. Like I was growing up with like people who talk about spirituality has like uh certain like representation by themselves. Like, you don't have to be like your own philosopher
Mhm.
to like wear dashiki and like with a beard
Exactly.
like that. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
lived in
Yeah.
a cave and a guru. You don't have
Yeah.
to be like that to talk about your
No.
philosophy or, life experience, understanding the spirituality. But then I had that belief in and all the structure and the stereotype because that's how I grew up. I didn't have a choice, but I started seeing the world like that. So I was so insecure and then hesitant when it comes to expressing the way the same thing that is something that I relate to, something that I resonate to these people. But then I found a lot of young people and then these so creative people, and then they opened my mind from, through Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. They're like,
Mhm.
yo, I'm doing whatever I want to do. This is my philosophy. And I talk about energy. I talk about spirit. I talk about past life. I talk about Palo Santo. I talk about ayahuasca. And I was like, wow, this is so amazing. And then I'm just here being self-conscious. What the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
So I kind of like stepping towards to that direction because I believed that I could do the same thing and I could talk about it and I wanted to talk about it. So the biggest shift happened. I received this idea in my house in Amsterdam. That was a very old. Well, I still appreciate that I had a felt house, but it was a pretty shitty house compared to the other houses that I lived. Um, but I received a message or idea, whatever it was.
Mhm.
It was an initiation, and I was like, wow, I need to do this. And then I talked to my best friend in Japan, two of them, and I was so hyped, and I was like, yo, like, we're going to do this. We're going to be successful. We're going to make money. We're going to build a community. We're going to do this. And my best friend was like, wow, this is so cool. Like, we can do it. And so we had every day we had a meeting from that day. I think it was February or something in 2020. Just COVID happened. And I was like, let's go. And then I even booked the flights and I quit my job because I knew that's going to happen. And then I
Mhm.
went back to Japan for a month and I all planned in my mind. And then we went through all these things, filming YouTube, doing the workshop and meeting, the people and the friends and fans.
Mhm.
But we made zero money.
Yeah.
We made nothing, no result. And then we had a burnout afterwards. So these my best friends decided to, do a different thing. So I was left alone. And I was so irritated and like, because I know that's going to happen, but then I was so irritated. I decided to bring in English and then to decide to do it by my own self because then I don't have anyone to blame. I can do it by myself. I can only blame myself then. I'll take all the responsibility and stop bitching about it and I'll just do everything in English. So I started from zero after like 6, 7 months of like work every single day. And yeah, that's how I ended up like, I think after 2 years, now I'm here. But that was the moment of like all the burnout and the failures and making so much mistakes to learn everything that I need to learn. And then I just happened to be a life coach in English and having clients all over the world now.
Imagine. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you decided because it's hard, show. It's hard, when especially when you try to have this as your career or your you can say that this is your dharma, your purpose in life.
Hmm.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I do believe that.
Yeah, it's difficult, but at the end, you have all the um, your effort, everything that all the effort that you put in this path, it will show. But it's not an easy one, like you said, right? Because how long did you work, when you came back and with your friends and everything? How long was that? How long did you work and do all the filmings and everything? How long it took for you?
Yes. I was literally working every single day, but it was a new way of working, all the way of work that I knew was like be in the store, standing and serving the cafe or coffee, like the new way of working that I have now was laptop editing and
Yeah.
scripting and thinking about ideas and thinking about these shots and clips and of course a Zoom call and having a session, walking, like teaching meditation and all the other mindset and everything. So I felt like I was not working. So that was also made me very sick, scared and then insecure because, you know, I have a like a very workaholic type of mindset. I love working,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you know, I can do it because now I'm very happy with it. I'm enjoying it. Um, but the new way of working, it was made me scared because you know, like I didn't know this is something relating to work. I know, so it's like, am I doing my best? Am I doing enough? Is it the right way? You know, it just like made me scared and stressful every day. And we started in February, and I went to Japan for in July, and then I came back, and I remember that the last best friend left around uh, December or something, and I kept filming YouTube, editing, and because I was the only one who can do everything, so I had to do
Okay.
everything. But I wanted to do something with my friend because, you know, like you know the Steve Jobs and all the, you know,
Yeah.
beautiful stories. So I wanted to do something with
Yeah.
my best friend. So 1 year of work didn't come true, but because of this whole year of struggle or lessons, I could learn a lot of things and decided to, you know, make it in English and learn another things and kind of like be flexible to challenge and put myself into this new ideas rather than like I have to do this and that. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna make it in English and just try. Okay, YouTube didn't work. Let me just try TikTok, and that's how things started to create the flow itself.
And how is in Japan show? How it's easier to because you know meditation and everything,
Hmm.
you know, and life coaching and everything. How is in Japan? It's something that it's open that people like to do, or what can you tell me about that?
Well, that's a bit of a tricky part is when it comes to Japan because we don't have a idea of like having a therapist or, you know, having a coach,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's why, you know, getting help is kind of like a hurt because you can't, if you like talk about it openly, you'll be judged.
Yeah.
So that's why we've got a lot of suicide, we've got a lot of depressions,
Mhm.
people, because it's so hard to tell other people, and everyone is kind of like being stressed because the work is busy and this and that. So like I think a lot of people don't have a space to listen to other people as well.
Mhm.
But even though that's a situation in a society, it's not quite common to, you know, go to therapist or
Yeah.
to have an idea of like a coach. So like when I talk about like, hi, what do you do? Like I don't talk about I'm a life coach because they don't understand. So I would just like say like I teach meditation, because meditation and yoga became pretty familiar and popular in Japan as well.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
And show behind all the production is you know, because your Instagram page, I know you have also TikTok, but I think my daughter watches more TikTok than me, right? I watch more like Instagram and things like that. But your Instagram, it's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's you
Thank
the
you.
one
Thank you very
who
much.
does all of that?
Yeah, I'm all by myself carrying all the cameras and tripod and the chairs and
Oh, but this
yeah.
is wonderful. It's amazing. Really, I was one day, it's how I found you, right? I was just checking something on my Instagram and all of a sudden you appear. And I was like, whoa. And I was, you know, looking at your messages and everything. And I really liked it. I was like, wow, he's so young. And that's what also I want to show, you know, that you are a young guy. You live a life, you know, a very nice life, we can say, you know, as a model. And then you change, you know, you went to um, life coaching, that you want to help people, you know, and also because of um your own path, what everything that you had in your life, right? Now you want to be able to help others. And that's one thing that I really want to show, because how old are you? You are not a woman. I can ask you.
Yeah, of course. I just turned to 29 the last month in
Imagine,
April.
imagine you are 29 years old. Imagine. But that's wonderful. Now, talk to me about your meditation group show. I know you have a meditation, I think once a month, right? You have a group,
Yes, yes.
and
So I have this meditation club.
yeah,
It's like when you were in the school you had like a basketball club or like these clubs.
yeah,
It's certain like a belongings or community, and I wanted to bring that idea. But when I do something, I want to make it dope and I want to make it stylish. I want to make it cool.
yeah,
Uh, that's the way. That's my approach. That's my creativity in it through meditation. There's nothing that I invented in this world. Meditation is not my idea. Philosophy that I'm talking about is something that I'm borrowing. Um, but the way I express or way I approach should be my own terms and creativity in it. So it's like a super cool club that we openly radiate a positivity through meditation. So it's very active because, we do something together. And also every month, I'll pick the topic that I want to talk about, and I'll make a PDF and I'll have a proper like 30 minutes seminar type of
mm,
thing. So you can learn new things, and you can learn how to and all these ideas as well. So it's valuable too. And then I am focusing on this Q&A because, um, I used to reply to everyone on Instagram when I had 20, 30 messages in my DM. It's doable, but now it's a little bit way too much, which
yeah,
I feel blessed, and I want to reply to everybody, like I do understand a lot of people, messaging me from the, bottom of their heart, but it's becoming a little bit hard to communicate. So for me, I want to make it authentic and like actually doable. So this Q&A takes like 30 minutes as well. And then if you have like questions, of course you can ask. If you want to talk about something, share something, feel free, no rules. And then I'll ask genuinely with that question. So kind of like engagement. So I can get to also know them, like when you ask questions in the meditation club, like, oh, okay, what's your name? And then I start to kind of like recognize the faces. So I think it's how I wanted to, get to know uh, people and build this active, close, we meditate together. And I think it's so cool.
I bet it's people from all over the world, right?
Yes, yes. So I have two different time zones in the same day. This month, Meditation Club May is going to be 22nd, and one is the 9 a.m. in Japan, which is basically for a U.S. or South America time zone.
Yeah,
Probably you guys are going to be at night time,
yes.
and in the night for the European people, who probably in the morning for Europe. But then, so basically, even if you are, far from Japan, you can pick the better one for yourself.
And how can we get how can we subscribe, or how can we do it to be part of your meditation group?
Yeah, so every month I will announce on Instagram. And this month I haven't announced yet. And I'll make a story about it, and then I'll put the link on my story for like the last 2 weeks. And I think I'm going to do it like next Monday or something, that I'm going to drop everything so that people can make sure that they can, 20 seconds and make sure that time zone and everything. And I also made a campaign video and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like, kind of like a fashion, but
That's good. Yeah,
creative club.
it's very nice. It's very nice. And you also have a one-on-one coaching, right?
Yes,
And it can be also from all over the world, because it's in
yes,
English, and Yes. Then, where did you came out with the word, with the phrase theater, live your life like a movie? Can you
Yes,
explain to me?
yes, that's my favorite part. That's my
Yeah.
favorite part. So this is a true story. This is nothing crazy, but I was in New York at the time, and I have a friend, G, and she is amazing girl. She's so powerful. She's a light-skinned girl. I think she was a bit younger than me, 1 or 2 years younger than me. She's so energetic. She literally talks with the confidence within her, and she's very spiritual as well. And the other day we were hanging out with a friend of mine, um, Clive, like a lot. Like he's got a fashion brand, and it's actually pretty successful. And we were just chilling, and she was like, "Hey, Show, like I can read your tarot card," and I was like, "Oh, cool." And I love tarot cards. So like, okay, let's do it. And then she was like, doing tarot card, and then she suddenly like give a pose and ask me like, "Show, by the way, do you want to watch a movie if your life became a movie?" And I was like, "Wow, that's a very interesting question.
Mhm.
Let me think about it." And I it kind of made me feel so, I don't know, excited. Like I thought about, oh shoot, my life becomes a movie. Like what an excitement, what an excited event that would be. And then I
Yeah.
thought about it and I was like, no, I don't want to watch it
Mhm.
because I know that I have a very interesting life at that point, which is like when I was 25.
Mhm.
I had a good life. I had a good interesting things to tell. But at the same time, I knew that this is just the beginning. Like I speak English, but probably I speak even better and I express even better, with jokes and talking with like different culture and different people, doing more cool things. And I was like, no, I'm not going to watch it. Like I wanted to give myself a time to go into more depth in this story line of this movie. And then until I finish this movie, I just want to play it. So I was like, no. But then I asked her, like, would you watch a movie? Would you watch your movie? And then she said, hell yeah. She was like, wow. I was like, that is the answer that we all should have. But it is just so fascinating, like, what kind of life she's had, what kind of life she's been through. I'm pretty sure it's been tough.
Yeah.
As much as she felt like happy the most. But that's the answer that came out with this like fulfillment in her face. I was like, wow, we all should live like that. We all should embrace, lessons in hardship, but then turn everything into gold and alchemize the lessons and hardship into the blessings and fulfillment. So that just stuck in my brain. And I started saying, okay, I'm going to live my life like a movie. Like that would be, this is my theme. Like not a dramatic, cinematic. You have to like take a risk and challenge, no boring life, you know, do things um, like people say, yeah, you shouldn't do it. It's risky. And I'll just do whatever it is. Like, and then I accept the help and I receive the help at the same time because I also understand, you can't live by yourself. You can't live alone. Even
Yeah.
if solitude makes you stronger, but that doesn't mean that you can't be alone for whole life.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wanted to name my company, which I haven't built yet. But then me and my best friend were thinking about it. Would it be cinema? No, that would be like lame. And then he was like, oh, what about a theater? And then he was like, let's go.
Yeah, that it's
So I don't know.
wonderful. When I read that, for me it was like, oh, what he means with that. And I was thinking, well, we act, with different roles every single time in our life. The role of a mother, the role of a brother, of a sister. We have different different, how can I say, um, we are actors, you know.
Yeah,
We are actors. We are,
I do
you
believe
know,
so.
every single play in our life, you know. You act as a, like I said, like a mother, you act like a father, you know, you have different, how do you say,
Yeah, I
papeles,
think the role,
roles. Yeah,
the
that's
scene,
yeah, the different roles that you play in your life.
yeah,
The word was in my head, the roles that you play in your life. Then when I read that, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Because, you know, for me, was the message was like, you know, just play the roles and don't get stuck in one, you know, just enjoy your life and live like an a
yeah.
theater, you know, because it's amazing. It's amazing. And
Thank you.
what else can you tell us about your meditation club, and also your one-on-one sessions, you know? What else can you um, share with us?
Right.
Your company,
Um,
the one that you're building, because you're building your company.
yes, I just haven't built a proper one yet. I'm just doing a freelancing, but what I can tell, I'm very inspired by each client of mine because like you need to experience this, but you also help other people,
Mm.
if I'm right.
Yeah,
And
yes.
when you encounter these people who come to you, so weak like a puppy, but then a couple of weeks later, a couple of months later, and then they were like so strong and like challenging all these issues. And I sometimes I even think about, oh, I don't think I can do that. It was like so inspirational that each individual has. And that's something that we are the one who needs to acknowledge it. We need to, each individual has to look within and acknowledge the power within, because otherwise, you know, it's so waste of your life and time and energy waiting for somebody to acknowledge it.
Mm.
But it is hard. That's why I think the coach is sometimes necessary because, if you go to NBA basketball or like
Mm.
FIFA, worldwide football, excuse me, you have a coach. Everything. You have a coach for training your muscles. You have a coach for um, like a core muscles, which is like type of yoga, body build, not like a like workout, but you have a
Yeah.
different type of like dribble coach. You have a defense coach. You have a running coach. You have a nutrition coach. You have a mental coach, and you have like a tactic strategy coach.
Mhm.
You have everything. You have coach in everything.
Yeah.
So we actually need somebody who knows what to do when we want to improve something.
Mhm.
So one-on-one is what I'm doing is that, very intimate and, we communicate every day. So it's like, it's my journey too. Like it's a step by step. I also feel pressure too, to like to take things seriously and then step forward together. And the group coaching, I'm also thinking about to have a group coaching as well because I feel not sorry, but like I've been broke for a long time as well. So like when you want something, when you try something, but there's a logical issue, then you're way too young to actually afford this type of money. So I want to also help, people who have so much willingness, but trying to figure out a way to correct the money and then everything.
Mhm.
So like group coaching will be like cheaper and, like with
Yeah.
I don't know how many people. So that's why the meditation club is like the entrance easiest way, but you can get uh, valued information, but at the same time we can meditate together and you can also ask questions. So I'm trying to have that, place, or this is online, but, like the place mentally and spiritually to feel comfortable and to feel acknowledged.
That's wonderful, Show. And also, do you agree that every time you coach somebody, it's also like coaching yourself? It's like you feel like you
Yeah,
also learning and you are
yeah,
like you are also healing, right? Because every time you coach somebody, it's like you're healing at the same time. And that's
yeah.
amazing, right? That's one
I
of the
absolutely
amazing,
agree.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Show, it's been, I don't want to take more of your time. It's been wonderful. And thank you very much for your time. It's amazing, young guy that is trying to help other people. That's amazing. And it's why I also reach out to you, because I want to show that, I want to show that it doesn't matter. You don't need, like you say, to be old, or we are our own guru right now. We are healing, right? And
absolutely.
it's amazing to see. And also what amazes me, it's the beauty that you show, because
Thank you.
when we listen to your messages, and it's so beautiful, the settings, the clothes, I don't know, everything. It's just like different. It's different, Show, but it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
You reach um, young people, and you don't need to be, you have all this beauty, and that is also spiritual. That is also spiritual. You love yourself, you value what you have, then it's amazing. Thank you very much, Show. I'm really very happy, and I hope to be part of your meditation group, for the
Yes,
next.
you're more than welcome, of course.
And I'm going to tell also my daughter, and I hope to meet you. And like I said before, if you come to South America, well, please let me know, and we will be so
Yes,
happy to receive you here.
thank you. I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much, Joe. And now I'm going to say bye in Spanish,
Okay.
and then after we talk a little bit, okay? Thank
Right,
you,
right.
Joe. And bueno, muchas gracias. Entonces, él es Show Nemoto, es un joven que como carrera era modelo y ahora se dedica a life coaching. Y bueno, agradecida una vez más porque están acá, y a mí me resta simplemente despedirme y decirles namaste. Muchas gracias, y muchas gracias a Show. Thank you, Show. Thank you very much for everything.